Hello and welcome. I'm the Big Shot Critic, and today I'm going to explain the difference between wokeness and social commentary. People mix these two things up all the time, and I really need to clear it up. So, I'm going to do just that. First, we'll get some definitions of wokeness and social commentary, then we'll look at some characteristics, and finally, some examples of each. Wokeness is derived from the slang term woke, which is used to describe people who align with intersectionality. I really don't want to get into this, so I'll make it very simple. Marxism has an axis of oppression, rich people and poor people. Critical race theory has an axis of oppression, whites and non-whites. Intersectionality is the intersection of all of these axes of oppression. If your cause features an oppressive group and an oppressed group, then your cause is part of intersectionality. Marxism is a critique of Western civilization and a revolutionary ideology, so activism is a part of it. That activism carries over into all modern-day offshoots of Marxism, such as intersectionality. Woke people are intersectional activists. So wokeness is the combined effect of intersectional activism. You don't want to know how much research I just condensed into 2 paragraphs. Now, social commentary. Social commentary is using rhetorical means to comment on societal issues. And it's kind of unavoidable in storytelling. Stay with me for just a bit. The oldest surviving text on dramatic theory is Poetics by Aristotle. Aristotle says all art, and that includes storytelling, functions on imitation. He was talking about imitation of life. Imitation is that part of a story you can relate to. And without imitation, no art could work. That means issues in stories will always reflect issues in real life. And strictly speaking, every issue is a societal issue. Therefore, social commentary is part of storytelling. But we want a more useful definition, so for this video, social commentary is using your story to intentionally comment on real-world societal issues. Now for some characteristics of each. Wokeness is always divisive and motivated by negative emotion. Why is it divisive? Because whenever you have an axis of oppression, you must have the oppressor and the oppressed. You have to have that divide. Why is it always motivated by negative emotion? Because once you divide those people, you want the oppressed to rise up against the oppressor. How do you do that? You make them angry. How do you make them angry? By explaining to them how they're oppressed. Classic Marxism. Social commentary, on the other hand, is always unifying and motivated by positive emotion. Why is it unifying? Because instead of evaluating the audience, it asks the audience to evaluate themselves. Do I defeat my weaknesses like this hero, or am I defeated by my weaknesses like this villain? Now, how is that unifying? Because everyone is meant to relate to the hero. A whole crowded theater, all relating to one perspective. And why is social commentary always motivated by positive emotion? Because the point is to instill positive attributes in your audience. You get them to want to be like your hero. This approach goes back all the way to Aristotle. And wanting positive things to happen to other people can only be motivated by positive emotions within yourself. You might be thinking, but Big Shot Critic, woke people want to instill positive attributes too. No. Wokeness is not about creating anything. Wokeness does not want to create solutions. It wants to destroy problems. If there's one thing I want my audience to understand about wokeness, it's that. And that goes back to Marxism. Karl Marx was a revolutionary and a critic of Western civilization. Do you know his theory on how to build a better civilization? First, you create a dictatorship of the oppressed. Yeah, figure that one out. And then they create utopia. How? Marx doesn't know. They were oppressed. They should know how to make things fair. And if they don't, then you overthrow them too. I'm not kidding. That's his theory. The point is, Marx had no idea, and he didn't care. It's all about destroying the problem. This is the most telling characteristic of wokeness, and it's why wokeness never creates its own franchises or stories. Trying to build a story out of wokeness would be like trying to build a house out of termite damage. The rest of this video will be a quiz. I've taught you the differences between wokeness and social commentary, so let's see how you do in a game called Is It Woke or Is It Social Commentary? I'm going to give you 4 examples. Let's begin. Number 1. Bobby comes out to his parents as a mutant in X2 X-Men United.
Bobby, have you tried not being a mutant?
Is it woke or is it social commentary? This one is social commentary. It's obviously meant to represent coming out as gay, and woke people are obsessed with that topic. But look how the movie handles it. Bobby's brother sells them out and calls the police. When the police arrive, Pyro, another mutant, makes the situation way worse. So the antagonist of this scene is not humans or mutants, it's anger and distrust, which is on display from both humans and mutants. That's letting the audience evaluate themselves. That's social commentary. Number 2. 2815 Earth in WALL-E.
Put on your Sunday clothes, we're gonna ride through town in one of those new horse-drawn open cars. We'll see the show.
Is it woke or is it social commentary? This one is woke. I hate to admit it because I love this movie, but it's definitely woke. The movie points squarely at megacorporations as oppressors, and the movie believes that in 800 years nobody will come up with a way to recycle more effectively than what we have today. That's pretty silly, but it's also a hallmark of wokeness, remember? It's not about creating solutions, it's about tearing down problems. Number 3. Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 7, Episode 9, Force of Nature. In this episode, Federation scientists discover that spaceships are causing space climate change, so they institute a cosmic speed limit.
And effective immediately, all Federation vessels will be limited to a speed of warp 5, except in cases of extreme emergency.
Is it woke or is it social commentary? This one is woke. You will note that no solution is presented. The only solution is to tear down the problem. If the episode was about inventing a way to go high warp without causing space climate change, then it would be social commentary. Number 4. Elizabeth Bennet's class mobility / feminist struggle in Pride and Prejudice.
I am determined that nothing but the very deepest love will induce me into matrimony. So, I shall end an old maid and teach your 10 children to embroider cushions and play their instruments very ill.
Is it woke or is it social commentary? This one is social commentary. Elizabeth only has momentary anger at the social circumstances that cause her problems, and she never seeks to destroy anything. Instead, she finds solutions. So it's not woke. At least not the source material or the BBC version from 1995. I can't vouch for any others. Okay, that's 4. So, how did you do? Are you picking it up? If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I really hope this video helps. Again, I've seen people mix these two things up so often, and I really wanted to help straighten it out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Be sure to subscribe for more content like this and smash that like button for truth, justice, and the American way. Bye-bye.